Hey friends, Jason Crowther here, founder of BIZ Payment Headquarters. I'm just going to do a quick overview of the BIZ Payment Headquarters Gateway and Virtual Terminal. Now, a couple things. What you're seeing right now is the home screen of the Gateway / Virtual Terminal. You can see on the top left, we've got the BIZ Payment Headquarters logo. You can click on that to always take you back to home, which is the screen that you're seeing now. Now, what this is not just a virtual terminal where we can take payments in all various fashions and sorts, but we can also connect this as what's called a gateway. A gateway is going to be where we can connect your merchant account, which is who processes all of your funds and puts the money back in your bank account when you take a payment from somebody. It connects that account to a special piece of software. For example, this can be connected to something along the lines of a WordPress website. So you can have a WordPress e-commerce site that is doing a whole variety of different forms of sales, and everything can run through this, and this will also collect all of the transaction history. So you can see everything that's documented for your business needs and business records right here in one spot. I'll have clients that will use this and they'll connect it to 3 or 4 different things. It'll be connected to, say, like a high-level CRM. It'll be connected to a WordPress website. It'll also be connected to just this virtual terminal and also to, say, an app. And so they can be taking payments with the customers out in the field. They can be taking payments on the internet through e-commerce, and they can be taking payments over the phone through a system like this. And all of that data comes to one location, allowing them to see their records instead of going all these different places. It's phenomenal what it can do for a business. Now, I'm going to do a quick recap on some of its features. You can see here on the home screen, we've got Virtual Terminal. Under Reporting, we've got Transactions, Subscriptions, and Invoices. Under Services, we have we can add a customer, list our customers. We can create subscriptions or additional invoices. And we have settings down here as well. Now, I can click up here. I can either click this spot or I can click this spot and take me to sell, authorize, void, refund. So if I need a refund, a client, or so forth, or just take a payment. This would be if they were to call me and we're taking a payment over the phone. The only thing required here is what has a red asterisk. All these other fields can be customized, can be removed, can be cleaned up, or you can even add more should you want to. You can literally just put the card number if they tell you over the phone, the expiration date, and the amount. Come down here and hit submit. If you have a product catalog, you can literally don't have to put in the amount. You can come down here and just start pulling through, selecting things, telling it the quantity. It will automatically add it all up for you, place the amount here, and then hit submit or charge. You also have what's called auth via. Auth via is a text conversation, so we can come in here and we can start a conversation with somebody simply by putting in their phone number and the amount we want them to pay. And it will text, and we got a first name here and so forth, and if there's any instructions that you want them to see. Once you hit start conversation, it'll display the conversation just like you would see on your phone. You'll be able to see all kinds of things going back and forth with the payment link in there. Your client can literally just click on the link on their phone, pay it. You'll see all of that come through here. You also have reoccurring. I can add a subscription, list a subscription, create a new plan, and these are plans. What I can do with these is I can do just about anything. I can literally come in here, if I don't have the customer yet, I can put them in here. If I do have a customer, I can just go straight to the customer vault, and I can list them. Let me do I'll just do it based on the date. I don't have, so there's not very many customers other than me because this is a demo account. But I can see me here and I can come over here and I can go right to sell. And it'll automatically, if I have their card information saved, I can automatically click on that and hit charge. I can come over here and I can click recurring subscription. Now back on that recurring subscriptions, that can be an installment where I can set it up to where, say, it takes 3 equal payments over a 3-month period and then automatically terminates. Or it can be an endless subscription, meaning you put in an amount, it's going to charge every single month, and it doesn't terminate unless that customer calls you and says, hey, I'd like to cancel my subscription, and you terminate it at that point. So going back down here, we've got invoicing as well. I can add them or I can list them. So I can come into invoicing, excuse me, and I can create an invoice with the amount, or I don't have to do the amount here. I can do the same thing as before. I can come in and start listing the different description items that I have based on a catalog if I've already created that, and the quantity, and it'll then fill in the amount. From there, I can also come over here and click in the who it's going to. Obviously, you need an email address and a phone number so it can be sent to them. If you already have a customer in your vault, once again, you can go to that customer and just click on Add New Invoice, and it'll already have almost everything filled in with the exception of the amount of the invoice and what you're billing them for. Once that's created, you can either download it and view it as a PDF, or you can go ahead and just hit send, and it automatically is sent to that customer. Once again, you can come over here and configure, just like I mentioned on the other screen. You can, if there's a lot of things on here you don't want, you can simply just configure and eliminate, start telling it what you don't want shown to clean this up as well. Now, under Marketplace, Marketplace has a ton of various apps. There's all kinds of features. For example, we can integrate into QuickBooks here, and that will do automatic reconciliation with QuickBooks, and it's both ways. It's a two-way reconciliation. So you could choose to function entirely in QuickBooks, and it'll still tell everything what's going on here, or you can function entirely here, and it'll tell QuickBooks what's going on and document payments received there as well. Amongst a whole slew of other things, you have iProcess, which is an app. I have that on my phone as well, and that's simply a beautiful ease of taking a payment where I can be in the field and take a payment from somebody right there on my phone. I could be in the car, pull over, someone calls me, I could take a payment right there on my phone as well with that. But the credit card sale also integrates with various other. So if I were to come into here and I was at a business, say I was at a doctor's office and the customer came in, I can go about it one of two ways. I can either just put in the card number if they gave it to me, or I can go to the customer vault and enter that person's name simply by just typing, by listing or adding them. And then I can, from there, if it's neither and I just want to come in here and put an amount, I can also then tell it to submit, and it will, if we have these types of terminals connected to it, it will then just be prompted to go right to the terminal, and the customer can then just tap, chip, or swipe. You have a type of mobile device that can be set up on a tablet of some sort as well on a station. You can also set up what we have here is a field or mobile device. This could be something used for like a tow truck or someone that's out in the field, or a repairman of any sort, where it's connected to this gateway / virtual terminal, and you can take a payment right there, and it automatically through the cloud will send that data in and record that transaction. You can also have something like this just sitting on the counter, and that customer, if you're at to say the doctor's office, can literally just tap that and it will record. You also have a Ingenico 5000, which is quite a robust terminal that can do a whole slew of additional features. And all of these are also going to be the ability to do Apple Pay, Google Pay, and with your watch even, and so forth. Okay, so let me go back here. We're almost done. Let's see here. Product, we've got collect, checkout, marketplace, product manager. So in the product manager, this is where you can add products and categories. So you can do, if you have a lot of different products that would vary, you definitely want to create categories and then place the products within those. That's endless. The customer vault can store, in the customer vault you can store, I'll even list here, I'll show you here, going back. When I list, I just did a search based on the time frame, but I could have typed in last name right here, or even just CR and hit submit, and it'd pull up anybody that has a last name with CR. And then if you can quickly, if there was a list of like 10, you can quickly find the person you need, click on them, or you don't even have to click on them. You can come over here and just do what you need to from there. So that makes it super easy. You can also store the credit card information legally. It is PCI compliant, so you will not be able to see the credit card once it's been entered, but that does give you permission. If you have a client that wants you to bill them every single month, you can then come in here and either just charge the card based on a contract agreement that you have with them that gives you that permission and so forth, or you can shoot them an invoice. The invoice, as I mentioned, you can set this up to where you can do texting and you can do emailing. Let's see here. Under transaction reporting, you can do literally virtually any form of reporting. You can set up custom reports to give you the exact data that you want as well. Or you can come in here and you can search by an ID, a name, an email address, a company, a phone number, based on a time period of a specific date. It will always default to the first of the month to the current day. So if it's the 5th, the default would be from the 1st to the 5th. If it's the 25th, the default would be from the 1st to the 25th, and so forth. So oftentimes you can literally just come in and hit submit. You don't even have to even put any data in. It'll generate whatever's gone on in that month, and you can then quickly scroll through and find the transaction you need if you need to do, say, a refund or a void or something along those lines. If I were to go back home, I can either come down here to options and hit settings, or I can go back home and I can click settings here. In settings, I've got endless capabilities. I've got IP restrictions. I've got managers. I've got user accounts. You can set up users and put restrictions within them. I can create webhooks, API configurations. So this is where I can integrate with all sorts of POS solutions and e-commerce solutions. And I can also set up all kinds of fine-tuning features like color schemes and different things of that nature should I want to. But that's basically it. Super easy, keeping it fun, and this solution will take care of the vast majority of almost any business's needs. Hope you found this to be useful, and looking forward to chatting with you. Take care.